just watching at home, we're going to start lying down on our backs this morning. So make your way onto your mat. And then onto your back in any shape that feels comfortable. Give the fingers and toes a little wiggle. Maybe even roll the wrists in circles and the ankles. Roll the feet around both directions. You hear some pops or cracks. Let your arms and legs relax and melt into the mat. If your eyes aren't already closed, go ahead and close your eyes or simply soften the gaze past the bridge of your nose. Give yourself a moment just to land, to fully arrive. Begin to deepen your breath. Begin to lengthen the exhales. And as you begin to sync up with the cadence of your own breath this morning, just notice how it's landing. Is it feeling really difficult to slow the breath down? Is it hard to focus on breathing? Is your mind busy? Is the body holding the breath or restricting the breath in any way? So just take a moment here to check in. As you sit here through this meditative breath work, I'd like you to ask yourself, where am I at right now? And I encourage you to really listen to the first thing that comes up and try not to have a conversation with it or about it, but listen to that instinct, that intuition, the word or words or response that happens when you ask yourself that question, where am I at right now? And then following that, I'd like you to ask yourself, where do I want to be? And there we see or find perhaps some differences, some gaps. What that space, what that difference and that gap allows us is space to focus our intention. This is a really great practice to do if you're ever struggling with finding an intention for your practice or for your day, for your week, your month, your year. You can simply ask yourself those two questions. A really great thing to do towards the end of the year. Where am I at right now? And where do I want to be? And it's not from lacking, right? We're not approaching it from that sense, but rather it's just giving us space to focus our intentions. And so let that be your intention for your practice today. Perhaps let that carry on into next week and the rest of this year. We'll take one more deep breath in here together. And a full exhalation out. On your next inhale, stretch your arms up overhead. Take a full body stretch. Reach through fingers and toes. Make space between the fingers and toes. Good, and then draw the right knee in. Hug it in towards the chest, and then start to draw the knee over towards the right shoulder. So we begin to open up your right hip, and then circle the knee. Let the right foot be relaxed. Flex your left foot so that your left leg stays anchored onto your mat. Good. Reverse the rotation of your circle, whichever way you were going. Go the other way. Good. And then hug the right knee again. Hug it in. We're going to find half happy baby. So it's early in practice. You can hold the back of your right thigh, your right calf or ankle, or the foot. And you can also put a bend in your left leg. Sometimes can help make this a little bit more accessible when we do it earlier in the practice before the body's warmed up. Draw your right knee towards your right shoulder and let your right shoulder anchor down towards the earth. Take a deep breath in. Then a full breath out. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Begin to release your half happy baby and cross your right knee over to the left for a knee down twist. You might need to bump your hips to the right a little bit. And then open up your arms to the shape of a T and take your gaze over your right hand. One more breath in here. And as you exhale, bring your right knee back through center. Hug it in one more time. Draw your nose up towards your knee. Curl the body in. Breathe in. And then as you exhale, stretch the right leg long. Let your head fall back. Full body stretch. Arms up overhead. Grow longer. Find more space to breathe in. And then as you exhale, draw your left knee in. Hug it in towards your chest. And then over towards your left shoulder. Again, the left foot is relaxed, the right foot is flexed. And then start to circle your left knee. And reverse the rotation, go the other way. Good, and then hug your left knee back in. Find your half happy baby. Good, find the grasp that feels good for you. It doesn't have to be the foot if you're not ready for it. And you can bend your right leg if you need a little bit of assistance. The hips are feeling tight this morning. One more deep breath in here. And as you exhale, begin to cross your left knee over to the right. And find that knee down twist. Shift your gaze over your left hand. Good. One more deep breath in here. And then as you exhale, come back through center. Draw your left knee back in. Hug your nose up towards your knee. And as you exhale, stretch your left leg long. Let your head fall back. One last full body stretch in here. Breathe in. And then as you exhale, both knees come in and start to rock and roll forward and back a few times. Spinal rolls here. If this doesn't feel good for your back, you can just come over to one side. And then we'll all meet in a tabletop in the middle of the mat. Stack your shoulders right over your wrists, hips over your knees. And then move into our cat-cow practice. Inhale, lift the gaze, lift the tailbone, let the belly be soft. And then as you exhale, draw your navel in, drop your chin to your chest, round the spine towards the sky. And then keep going. Move at the pace of your own breath. I encourage you to let it be a little bit slower than you normally move. Good. When you come to the end of your next exhale, in your cat pose, start to look forward and walk the hands forward. Drop the forehead or the chin down for puppy pose. Walk your fingertips as far forward as they can go so that the sides of the body, the sides of your waist, start to grow longer. If you want a little bit extra in your shoulder opening across your chest, you can bring the hands off the mat into more of a V shape and then drop the head back down. Another deep breath in. And then as you exhale, if you walked your hands off the mat, bring them back onto the mat. Look forward and just slip your right arm underneath the left or thread the needle. You'll come onto the right side of your face. Stay here, breathe in. And breathe out. And one more inhale. And as you exhale, begin to rise up. Bring your right hand back onto the mat. Slip your left arm under the right and come onto the left side of your face. Good. One more deep breath in. And then as you exhale, begin to rise up and come into a child's pose. Knees together or knees apart, yogi's choice, but I want you to drape your arms down by your sides. You're creating like a little cocoon for the body to rest. And come back to those two questions. Where am I at right now? And where do I want to be? And in that space, come back to your intention. And one more deep breath in. And then as you exhale, begin to rise up. Make your way into downward facing dog. First downward dog of the class, so you can pedal your heels here, shake the hips. Move in any way that feels good in your body. And then find some stillness in your downward facing dog. Spread your fingers really wide. Press down through your first finger and your thumb a whole lot. Soft bend in the knees. Lift the tailbone up towards the sky. Again, lengthen the sides of your waist. And drop your heels back down. Good. Inhale to look forward. Start to shift forward. Find a plank pose. Stack your shoulders right over your wrists. Navel draws in. Breathe in. And then as you exhale, downward facing dog. Keep your hands and feet right where they are. Inhale to look forward, shift forward, plank pose. And exhale, downward facing dog. Again, hands and feet are glued right where they are. Last time, inhale, shift forward, plank pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Inhale up onto your toes, bend into your knees, look forward, walk, step, or hop, make your way to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, slowly roll up your spine, one vertebrae at a time. Arms sweep on and up. And exhale, hands down to heart center. Shoulder roll here. Close your eyes. Land on your mat in the space of your body. Lift all 10 toes and then slowly drop them down. Push into your mat like your feet are on wet sand. Reach the crown of the head up towards the sky. Breathe in. And breathe out. On your next inhale, blink your eyes open, sweep your arms out and up. And as you exhale, sit down into your chair pose. Fingertips reach towards where the wall and the ceiling meet. Keep your gaze down and forward. Tailbone down, navel in, breathe in. And then exhale, release, forward fold. Inhale up halfway. And exhale to fold. Good. Inhale, bend your knees, reverse swan dive, arms reach up. Exhale, sit down into chair pose. Lift the toes, let them be light. Sink into the heels. Breathe in. And exhale, release, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, bend your knees, reverse swan dive, arms reach. Exhale, chair pose, sit down. Utkatasana. Keep space between shoulders and earlobes. Both sides of the neck stay nice and long. You can find that V shape with your arms. Again, if you need that space for your shoulders and your chest. Breathe in. And exhale, forward fold, breathe out. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, find a plank pose. Land in your plank, breathe in. And as you exhale, move through knees, chest, and chin, or chaturanga. Inhale into a baby cobra or upward facing, and exhale back, downward facing dog. 3 breaths here. Inhale. And exhale. Deep breath in. Full breath out. Good. On your next inhale, right leg rises. Bend your knees, stack your hip. You can stay right here or decide to flip your dog if that's in your practice. We'll land here, one more breath. And as you exhale, find a 3-legged dog. Hips are squared down towards the mat. Foot is flexed, toes point down. Good, breathe in. And as you exhale, bring knee to nose, shift forward, hover. Good. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose. Step forward, rise up to warrior 1. Sweep your arms forward and up. Square your hips towards the front edge of your mat. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, begin to straighten out your front leg. Sweep your arms back and hover over your front leg. Navel draws in, hips stay squared towards that front edge. Inhale, warrior 1. And exhale. Sweep the arms back. Hover as you straighten your front leg. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, straighten the front leg. Hover here. Roll your shoulder blades onto your back. One more breath. As you inhale, come back up, warrior one. Arch back this time, tiny back bend, look up, lean back. And then exhale, hands come down, frame your front foot. Find your vinyasa from here or come straight to downward facing dog. So it's a vinyasa class, but you can always skip that part. You can modify your vinyasa. You can skip it entirely, take down dog or child's pose between sides. Land here, breathe in. And breathe out. Deep breath in. Full breath out. Good. Inhale, left leg rises. Bend your knees, stack your hip. Stay here or flip your dog. Yogi's choice. One breath in. Exhale brings us to three-legged dog. Square the hips. Straighten that left leg. Toes point straight down to the ground. Good. Breathe in. As you exhale, knee to nose, shift forward. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Step that left foot forward. Rise up to warrior one. Back heel peels down. Press into the outer edge of your right foot. And then square your hips forward. Feel free to shift around once you get here. A shorter, wider stance will feel more stable. Good. Breathe in. And as you exhale, straighten your front leg out. Sweep the arms back. Hover. Inhale, rise up. Warrior one. Exhale, sweep your arms back. Hover. Last time. Inhale, come up. And exhale, we land here. Little shoulder roll once again. Shifting the shoulder blades onto your back. Looks like you're squeezing a lemon in between your shoulder blades. Good. On your next inhale, rise up, warrior one. Lean back, look up. And as you exhale, put your hands down. Find your vinyasa from here or straight to down dog. And here together, breathe in. And breathe out. Inhale. Exhale. On your next inhale, left leg rises. I'm sorry, right leg. Right leg rises, good. And step forward, rise up to warrior one. Sweep the arms up towards the sky. A deep breath in. As you exhale, sweep the arms back, straighten your right leg out, hover your heart towards the ground. Inhale, come back up, warrior one. Exhale, bring hands to heart center. Come onto the ball of your back foot, kicking off into a warrior three. Left toes point straight down towards the ground. Hips are squared. Very similar to what we were doing in our three-legged dog. Breathe in. As you exhale, we're landing back in our warrior one. Softly land, sweep the arms up, breathe in. As you exhale, open into warrior two. Good, shift your feet, find heel to arch alignment. Good, flip the front palm and revolve, reach back. Exhale, side angle, forearm to thigh, top arm reaches up overhead. Good, inhale, come up, revolve. And exhale, side angle. Nice job, one more, inhale, two, come up. Exhale to land, side angle pose. Option to stay right here or take a half bind by bringing your left arm to your low back. Keep both sides of the body long, sides of the neck long. Jaw and brow are soft. One more breath. As you exhale, begin to come back up. Reverse your warrior two. Cartwheel your hands down to the ground. Find your vinyasa or downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Full breath out. And on your next inhale, left leg rises. As you exhale, step forward, warrior one. Right heel peels down. Set up your stance, your feet. Square the hips forward, breathe in. And as you exhale, straighten your left leg, sweep the arms back, hover. Inhale, come back up, warrior one. Exhale, hands down to your heart. Come onto the ball of your back foot. Look down and forward, find a drishti, a focal point, and then when you're ready, kick off your right foot. Find your warrior three. Hips square down towards the earth. Right toes point straight down towards the earth. Great job, one more breath. As you exhale, softly land, warrior one. Beautiful. Open up, warrior two. Shift your feet, land here. Flip the front palm and revolve, reach back. And exhale into side angle pose. Inhale, two, come up, revolve. Exhale, side angle pose. One more, inhale, come up. And exhale, side angle, we land here. Right fingertips can continue to reach up overhead or sweep your arm at your low back for that half bind. Keep that right shoulder away from the right earlobe. Good. One more breath in here. And as you exhale, begin to come back up, reverse your warrior two. And cartwheel your hands down to the mat. Vinyasa here or downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in here. And then as you exhale, find a child's pose. Have knees together and knees apart. And again, the invitation is to drape your arms along the sides of your body. Wrap yourself up into a little cocoon. Come back to your intention. Three more breaths right here. No sense of hurriedness. Give yourself the space and moment here to just be. Inhale. As you exhale, very slowly make your way to downward facing dog. land here, breathe in. And breathe out. On your next inhale, right leg rises. As you exhale, step forward, warrior one. Beginning to move, one breath, one movement. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, sweep your arms back, straighten your front leg, hover here. Inhale, come back up, warrior one. Exhale, hands to heart center, come into the ball of your back foot. Find your drishti, your focal point, and kick off for warrior three. Once you land and you find your balance, really then work to find the hips squaring. It's harder, yes. Breathe in. As you exhale, softly land, warrior one. Nice job. Sweep your arms up. And then open, warrior two. Inhale to revolve, reach back. Exhale into side angle. Inhale, come up, revolve. Exhale, side angle. Inhale to come up, revolve. Exhale into side angle, land here. Find that half bind again. Maybe it becomes a full bind, maybe neither. So choose what feels good. We'll land here for 2 breaths. Breathe in. And breathe out. One more, breathe in. As you exhale, release, come up, revolve, straighten out your front leg. Pause here for a moment. Press into the big toe mound of your right foot. Good. Start to reach forward, triangle pose. Right hand lowers down. Left hand reaches up. It's too much to look up at your top thumb. Look down at the floor. If you are gazing up at your top hand, make sure you can see your left thumb. And if you can't, move it so that you can. Breathe in. As you exhale, begin to come back up. Sink into warrior two. Inhale to revolve. Exhale to cartwheel your hands all the way down to frame your right foot. Come to a low runner's lunge. Look forward, breathe in. As you exhale, step your left foot to meet your right. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, bend your knees, reverse land up. Exhale, hands down to your heart. Good. Shift your weight into your right foot. Begin to lift the left foot up off the mat. Again, drishti out in front of you. Find tree pose. Bring your left foot either to your ankle, shin, or thigh. Just never the knee. Good. Take a deep breath in, full breath out. One more inhale. As you exhale, drop your left foot to meet your right. Sit right down into a chair pose. Reach your fingertips up. Find that V shape if you need more space across the chest and in the shoulders. And exhale, release, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your hands, find a vinyasa here, or come straight downward facing dog. We'll land here together. Breathe in and breathe out. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, step forward, warrior one. One breath, one movement. Here we go. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, sweep your arms back. Straighten your front leg. Hover. Inhale, rise back up. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale to revolve. Exhale into side ankle. Inhale, come up, revolve. Exhale, side angle. One more. Inhale to come up. Exhale into side angle. Here we land. And again, you can find that option that feels good on this side. Doesn't even have to mirror what you did on the other side. One more breath. As you exhale, begin to come back up. Reverse your warrior two. Straighten out your front leg. Lean back. We'll pause here. Sometimes we just blow through this part, but I'd like you to really just stay and lengthen the left side of your body. And now we reach forward. Triangle pose. Left hand lowers down. Right hand reaches up. One more breath. As you exhale, begin to slowly rise up. Nice, warrior two. Inhale to revolve. Exhale to cartwheel your hands down to frame your left foot. Find that low runner's lunge. So you'll widen the feet a little bit further apart so that your hips can square forward. The hips sink down, the heart is reaching forward, gaze is reaching forward, breathe in. And then as you exhale, kick off, and your right foot will meet your left. Inhale up to a halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, bend your knees, reverse swan dive, arms reach up. Exhale, hands down to your heart. Begin to shift the weight into your left leg, your left foot, and the right foot will come up to your tree pose. Again, this doesn't have to mirror what you did on the other side either. Our bodies are not always the same on both sides. Find a steady but strong gaze. And if you feel yourself wobble or shake, that's okay. Take one more breath. As you exhale, right foot meets the left, chair pose. Fingertips reach up, seat reaches back. Take one more breath. Good. Exhale, release, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to your vinyasa or right back to downward facing dog. Meet here together. Breath in and breath out. On your next inhale, right leg rises. Bend your knees, stack your hips. Stay here or flip your dog. We'll take one more breath. As you exhale, find a three-legged dog. So square the hips, flex the foot, point your toes down towards the earth. Good, breathe in. As you exhale, knee to nose, shift forward. Inhale, take it back. Exhale, knee to nose. One more, inhale. Exhale, knee to nose, and then knee to wrist for pigeon. Start to walk the left leg back. Come up onto the pads of your fingers. Lengthen the torso away from the hips. And then lower yourself all the way down. Feels better to take pigeon on your back. You can flip over to your back. Land here, breathe in. And breathe out. Close your eyes if that feels comfortable to you. Come back to your two questions. Where am I at now? Where do I want to be? can even visit this just during this short window of our practice, right? Like how transformative that becomes a small window of time. Who we were when we walk in the room and onto our mat, and then who we are when we walk off. One more deep breath in here. And as we exhale, begin to come out. We'll all meet in a downward facing dog. A moment to bend into the knees, pedal the heels a bit here. On your next inhale, left leg rises. Bend your knees, stack your hips. And stay here, or flip your dog. One more breath. As you exhale, come back to three-legged dog. Hips square down towards the earth. Flex your foot. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, knee to nose, shift forward. Navel to spine. Good. Inhale, take it back. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale to extend. Exhale, knee to nose, and then knee to wrist for pigeon. And again, at this point, if you need to flip over for pigeon on your back, please feel free. If you're on your front, you'll just lower yourself down. When you're ready, you can pad up for a pillow. You can stack your hands, your forearms. Lower the forehead down. Deep, full breath in, and a long, long exhalation out. Do that a few more times. One more deep breath in. And as you exhale, begin to come up and begin to lean into your left hip. You're just going to swing your right leg around. We'll all meet in a seat. So Sukhasana, cross-legged pose. If you need to sit up on a block or a bolster or blanket or anything, feel free. Move the flesh away from either side. Walk your fingertips out to the sides of your body. Good. Inhale, sweep your arms up, look up. Exhale, twist over to the right. Put your hand hook across your knee. So before you shift your gaze, lengthen your spine first. And then turn the gaze past your right shoulder. One more breath. As you exhale, come back up through center, palms press overhead, gaze comes up. Exhale over to the left. Again, lengthen first, then shift the gaze past your left shoulder. Breathe in. And as you exhale, come back through center, palms press, gaze comes up. Exhale, hands down to your heart. Release your legs forward. You can continue to sit on a prop if you were already. If you need to come off, you can. So again, move the flesh away, find your seat. Walk your fingertips out to the sides. Flex both feet. Good. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. So first, before we round into this pose and release a bit more, let's reach the heart forward. Keep length in the spine rather than rounding into the spine. And if your hands don't reach your feet, you can let them rest on the legs or frame the legs. Good, one more breath. And now we'll drop our chin to our chest. You can find a little bit more rounding in your spine, a little bit more release, and even bend into the knees if you need to. It lifts the thighs up towards the belly and the rib cage and can create more support in this pose. Okay, one more breath. As you exhale, begin to slowly rise back up. Bring the soles of your feet together. Create a diamond shape inside the legs rather than a triangle. Your hands can come to your shins, to your ankles, to your feet. And it will start the same way with a long spine. So sit bones root down, crown of the head grows tall. Good. And then just lean the heart forward. Your elbows can become a self-assist. You can push your elbows into the body to get the knees to anchor out a little bit more. And just keep reaching the heart forward. Good. Take one more breath right here. And then as you exhale, you can release a bit more. So rounding into the spine, perhaps you can interlace your fingers around your feet. And release the forehead down towards the toes. Take one more deep breath in here. And then as you exhale, begin to slowly rise back up. Bring your feet onto your mat, like this, around. Heels down, toes up. Slip your hands behind your thighs. Heart reaching towards the knees. Navel engaged. Navel draws back towards your spine. Start to lean back into your sit bones until your feet, your heels, just lift naturally off the mat. And this is your Navasana, your bow pose. You can stay right here. Option 1. Option 2 is to release the hands. Option 3 would be to straighten out your legs if that's in your practice. So meet yourself wherever you are. Many days this will look different just depending on the day. One more breath. Nice job. Exhale, drop the feet. Wrap your arms around your shins and drop your forehead down, chin to chest. Inhale to come back up. And exhale to lower down onto your back. Draw your knees into your chest. Give the body a little rock side to side. Bring your feet down onto the mat, hips distance, arms down by your sides. Roll your shoulder blades onto your back and press into the feet. Lift the hips, bridge pose. Tailbone lengthens towards the back of your knees. So you should feel a lot of engagement through the thighs and your glutes. You can stay right here or interlace your fingers, draw your knuckles toward the back of your heels. So tailbone reaching towards the back of the knees, knuckles reaching towards the back of the heels. Chin lifting away from the chest. Good. Take one more breath. As you exhale, slowly lower yourself down. Walk your feet wide, let your knees bump into the center. Good. Windshield wiper the knees side to side. And from here, decide what inversion you would like to practice today. You could take a dead bug pose by lifting the feet and hands towards the sky. If you want something more active, like a shoulder stand, you're more than welcome to take that. Or any other inversion. We'll be here about 2 minutes, so you have plenty of time to move through whatever your body is calling for today. Make your way out of your inversion, whichever variation you're practicing. We will meet on our backs. Take a full body stretch. Arms reach up overhead. Spread out the fingers and the toes. And hug both knees into your chest. Rock side to side, eventually rocking over to your right. Find a supine twist. Release your arms to a T. Shift your knees back through center and over to the other side. Knees through the middle and find one final half happy baby, or any other movement or posture that your body is calling for. It can look however you want. And you could skip it entirely and move right into Shavasana when you're ready. Land in this moment of stillness, allow yourself to just let go. Let go in the physical sense. And let go of your questions today. That space where we created intention, we can let that go now. Served us for our practice and this time on our mat. And now we can just be. Just be and just breathe. exhalation out. When you're ready, draw your knees into your chest. And softly, slowly make your way to one side, eventually coming up to a seat. Bring your hands to your heart, bow your chin to your chest as we pause in a moment of gratitude. Gratitude for this space, this practice, gratitude for each other. Remember your intention that you created for yourself today. Now you can ask yourself those questions whenever you need to find space for where you want to be. I thank each of you for sharing your practice with me. Until I see you again, namaste.